first of all, I go to Tools menu, and I run Eigencommander. And then, really quick, a lot of you already know this, but we've got 3 windows in the Eigencommander. Top one is the dictionary, so this is all the bel canto words that you can use. And then the 2 panes at the bottom, the one on the left is where I type in my commands, and the one on the right, bottom right, is the feedback for the command. So if I get it right, it will say OK. If I get it wrong and I've made a spelling mistake or something, it will come up red instead and try and tell me what I've done wrong. Conversations, okay, so using bel canto, really quickly, you have to specify who you're talking to before you say something. So in this case, we're talking to arranger 1. So what I need to do is say arranger 1 hey, and press enter, and this will tell the Eigencommander or bel canto, or it will tell Eigenv that the next phrase I type applies only to arranger 1, and all the other parts of my setup should ignore what I'm going to say. So I say arranger 1 hey, and then I say fraction 2, and so this next number is going to tell it what step size I want the arranger to have. And how it works is fraction is a division of a beat. So at the moment, the fraction is set to 2, and that means it's half a beat, or a quaver, or an 8th note. If I wanted to put it 16ths, I'd say 4, because it's a quarter of a beat, or a 16th note. Hope that makes sense. So I will try that out first anyway. So fraction to 4 sets. So I want 4 steps per beat. So that basically. So fraction to 4 set. Hit enter. Down in the bottom right, you can see it says fraction to 4 set. OK. And now if I press play on the arranger, you can see, okay, so I've got double the speed now, which is nice. If I put on the click on the metronome, you can hear that it's 16ths or a quarter of a beat for each step now. So we could try a different one. It can basically be any number. You could say fraction to 3.5 sets, so you have 3.5 steps per beat, but do all sorts of weird things. So let's try fraction to 8 set. Oh, sorry, I got that wrong actually. First of all, we need to say arranger 1 hey again. Tell it we're talking to the arranger 1. And then I say fraction to 8 set. And now they're 30 second notes, or there's 8 steps per beat, or semi-demi quavers, I guess. There you go.
Good maths, Dave.
Yeah, thanks. I'll put that back to 4. Okay, so arranger 1 hey, fraction to 4 set, and then we've got it as a, oh, I spelled that wrong. And then we've got it as semi-quavers, which is kind of a useful one to have, and that means you just get a 1-bar loop fitting on the window, and that will work for arranger 2 as well, which is sampler 4. Okay, and there is, just so I can be thorough, there is actually another parameter which is called a, what is it called? Arranger 1 hey. Okay, yeah, it's beat. So you've got beat over fraction, and so how that works. So if it's kind of like it's like a fraction. So how it works is you've got beat at the top of the, like a percentage fraction. Yeah, that's the right word. Okay, so you've got beat over fraction. You've got the beat variable over the fraction variable. So at the moment, beat is 1. So you'd have 1 over 4, and so that'd be a quarter of a beat. But you could change the beat. I hope this isn't too badly explained, but you can change the beat. So I could say 2 over 4, or I could say 2 over 1, and that means if it was 2 over 1, every step would be 2 beats. Or if it was 2 over 2, that means every step would be 1 beat. It's quite tricky to explain. Can you help me at all?
I don't think so.
So you've got the 2 variables, beat over fraction. Ordinarily beat is 1, so it'd be like, beat would be 1, fraction would be 4, so it'd be 1 over 4, and that would be a quarter of a beat, or 1 over 8, and that would be an 1/8 over a beat. But if you change beat to like 2, you'd have like 2 over 4, and that would actually be half a beat. Is some maths here? Yeah.
Just quickly, is there a scroll down sequence to look at the second half of a bar if you're in 132?
Yes, yeah, there isn't any really quick way of scrolling down, but so what we've got is the same places. You've got the scroll left and right up here, and then you've got the next one along, so the same row, course 3 and 4, this is scroll up and down. And so again, you can have an infinite length. At the moment, we haven't got any really like quick way of scrolling down. So you do have to do a bit of tapping to go up and down. But yeah, so you can use that. If you want.
There's a quick question, slightly off topic, but
right,
just quickly, because you're doing some bel canto, just so people know, Lucerus asks if there's a manual or resource that explains the words or commands in bel canto. We have actually covered this in a previous seminar which is called Bel Canto Basics.
Yeah.
But there is lots of great information on our wiki, which is eigenharp.com/wiki. And there's also the dictionary thing, which you can see on Dave's screen at the moment.
Probably the best way is if you combine the Bel Canto Basics seminar we did with the wiki stuff. Like the seminar kind of tells you how to use the information on the wiki. Well, I hope it does anyway. And so if you look at the arranger page on the wiki, it will have all these kind of properties we're talking about, like fraction and beat. It will have a description of that, and it will list all the other ones that you can set on the arranger as well.
Cool.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, so so what we've got this connected up now. I'll just show you some things that it's quite kind of good to do. So I've got this basic beat going. I can scroll along as well. So if I scroll along, I'll put my markers in actually. So I'm going to put my markers in so I can see where I am. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so I can see where I am now. Now if I scroll along, I can kind of add a hi-hat. And I can scroll along and add, I think I've got some cowbell. Okay, and now to just spice it up a bit, I'm going to go to the configure window in Guru, in the audio unit I'm using. Sure, the same kind of thing applies to most plugins of this kind. So I'm going to click on configure up the top left, and then on here I'm going to go, so this is where I connect up the strip controller or the breath controller or the pressure of the keys. I suppose pressure of the keys doesn't apply so much here, but to various properties. So I've got the list of the different controllers I can use along the top: strip controller 1, 2, breath, key pressure, key roll, etc., pedal. And then down the left, here's all the things I can connect it to. So I'm going to choose something to connect it to. So for example, I've got master tune here. This is always a good one for the arranger. So I'll say, okay, I want to connect strip controller 1 to master tune. So I literally click there. It says 1 in the box. That means I've got it connected. Zoom out, and now if I you can hear I've got the good fun. And then plus on top of this I can also add an inline effect, so I'm going to do that. So I go now to the advanced controls for audio unit 4 again. So I'm holding down the key group 1's mode key, audio unit 4 advanced controls, let go, and then you've got the second browse key here, which is browse for inline effects. I hit that and my Eigen browser comes to the front again. So I'm just going to choose something simple. There's this free plugin from OwnForce. I spoke about this last week, I think, but it's called Fromage. It's just a filter plugin. And so I've got that now on the arranger. Yeah, I've got low pass filter in there. I go to my configure window again. Oh, I'll turn it off. Go to my configure window again in the Fromage, and let's say, okay, I want to connect This time strip controller 2 to the filter cutoff. So now I've got strip controller 1 doing pitch, strip controller 2 doing filter cutoff, and then okay, so now yeah, I can play a beat. So there's a handy way to do it. It could be any effect you like, but yeah, so I've got one effect on there. It's a handy way to bring it out. So there's that. Another thing I've been finding really useful recently actually is I've got this pedal plugged in. I'm playing this. So I've got this pedal plugged in to pedal input 1. And actually I've been finding recently it's really handy to have the volume of the drums connected to the pedal. So I don't know, maybe, so when you're playing you could be playing like another part, playing an instrument part. This is if you want to do multiple things at the same time, you might not want to. But I found that having the volume of the drums on the pedal is really good, because so you press the pedal down and you can hear the drums, and then at the end of sections, if you want to fill or something, or you want someone else to fill, you can just let go of the pedal and the drums stop for a second, for a bar or so, and then you bring it back in. So to do that, I just literally, quite simply, in Guru, again, I go to my, do you mind doing the,
yeah, sorry.
Go to my configure window, and I've got the master level here, which is my, hopefully can you see that, which is the master volume, and along the top you've got like strip controller 1, strip controller 2 we've already looked at, breath, pressure, roll, your of the keys, and then there's these two here which are pedal 1 and 2. So I go down and I put a tick where pedal 1 meets master level. It says master level, go across, tick in the box under pedal 1. And then I'll just quickly look at this mix window. So here's my master volume, that's what I connected the pedal to. See if I turn this down now, so it's, ordinarily it's right in volume, and then when I press the pedal in, nothing happens. One sec. Okay, here we go. So I'm pressing the pedal in and out, and you can see that the master volume is going up and down, which is really handy. So I've got, so it's playing, and I've got,
oh yeah, sorry. Maybe if I hold the pedal for you as well. I can do this. So
I'll put on a drum loop as well, so you can hear the beat. Good work.
Teamwork, Dave. Teamwork. You get the point.
You get the point. But that is actually really handy. I don't know, it's not something that I would normally try, but I came across it the other day and it was quite fun.